We usually have our regular meetings in the other room, but today we have it in this room. This room is quite special to me, quite nostalgic, I'd say. I'll tell you why in a minute. When I was in my first year of engineering, my dad brought me to my very first Toastmasters meeting. And I had no clue what Toastmasters was. Bread, toast, right? I remember walking into this very room and I sat at the back. A very naive version of myself at that time thought, who are these crazy people? And why are they gathered to attend a meeting on a Sunday? The meeting began. 2 hours later, I realized these were, in fact, crazy people. They were crazy, but they were cool. They were cool, crazy people. And I loved the cool, crazy energy that they kept pumping throughout the meeting. It made me come back for even more. Soon enough, I became part of this cool, crazy community. The very person who questioned why gather for meetings on a Sunday started showing up for meetings every Sunday, started picking up roles, started doing speeches and helping others grow. This is not just my story. This is the story of all of us, the cool and the crazy people who decided to show up on Sundays to meetings, to help other people grow, to give the loudest of applauses and make every meeting feel special. And we have been doing that for 175 meetings. Today, we have been gathered here to celebrate this very milestone meeting. So with a thunderous round of applause, let's give it up for 175 cool, crazy meetings! Once again, a very warm good morning to all of you. My name is Toastmaster Hiran. I'll be playing the presiding officer for today's meeting, and it is with immense pleasure that I declare meeting number 175 open. Now, I'd like to shift the spotlight to the main characters of today's meeting, the MCs who would be carrying the meeting from start to finish. And trust me when I say these are the coolest people I know. With a thunderous round of applause, please help me welcome Toastmaster Praveena and Toastmaster Nitish.
Hiran, as always, sets the bar, the standards, the benchmark very high. I do hope that we can live up to that bar. Now, coming to us, Nitish, let's begin the whole session by thanking you for agreeing to be my co-host for the day.
Agreeing? I don't remember being asked.
Exactly, that's how Toastmasters leadership works. Actually, what I meant to say is, that's how our president, DTM Mazahir, works.
Indeed. Fair enough. Are you with her or with me?
For those who don't know Nitish, he is one of these coolest people who is involved in everything, right from planning, coordinating, organizing, you name it, he's there.
And for those who don't know Toastmaster Praveena, not at all possible. For those who don't know Toastmaster Praveena, she she is among those people who has an opinion about everything.
Which is why this partnership is perfect, and he does the hard work and I just talk about it.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, Toastmasters and guests, we are the MCs for today's meeting. Thank you so much. Today's meeting is not just like another meeting. Today is not just another Sunday. Today, we celebrate a journey of 175 opportunities to learn, to grow, a journey of 175 opportunities to fail and rise again. And what an exciting and inspirational this journey has been. So as MCs, we warmly, with immense pleasure and super excitement, as MCs, we welcome you, all of you, for this wonderful meeting of 175th celebration meeting of Whitefield Toastmaster Clubs. So, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, Toastmasters and guests, are you ready?
Yes.
Are you excited?
Yes.
Not looking so.
Yes.
One more time, are you ready?
Yes.
Are you ready for the Humpa?
Yes.
So let's begin this learning. Let's continue to the laughter, and let's unfold the celebration with, please repeat behind both of us, Happy 175th Milestone Celebration Whitefield Toastmasters.
1, 2, 3. Happy 175th Milestone Celebration Whitefield Toastmasters.
One more time. 1, 2, 3, go.
Happy 175th Milestone Celebration Whitefield Toastmasters.
Over to you, Praveen.
Okay. This is indeed a special occasion for me as well. Like, we are celebrating the 175th milestone. It's also my 50th milestone in this club. So exactly 50 meetings before, for the 125th milestone is when I joined the Toastmasters Club. So now for those of you who aren't there, let me paint a picture. The club celebrated its milestone meeting at a resort. Lush green surroundings, beautiful lawns and greenery around us, fresh air. People were networking by the pool over food and drinks. Honestly, I wasn't even sure whether I have registered for Toastmasters membership or a vacation membership. Naturally, I thought this was the standards. This is the norm. Fast forward 50 meetings. Here we are in a meeting room with an agenda, a registration desk. I have since learned that 125th milestone wasn't the norm. It was a recruitment strategy directed towards innocent people like me. But here is the interesting thing. What kept me coming back wasn't the promise of future resort trips. It was the people, the friendships, the encouragements, and the extraordinary community we have here that has brought us from meeting number 125 to 175. So today, as we celebrate this milestone, let's take a moment to look back at the journey, the people who made it possible. Over to you.
Thank you so much. So Pravina, I have one question about one thing. So the journey, about the journey. So how we can cover 175 efforts in 2 lines or 3 lines?
Impossible.
Impossible? How
Impossible.
about audience?
Video presentation.
Video presentations? How many of you think the philosophical way we can cover all the 175 efforts in 2 to 3 lines? How many of you think of that? No one? poetry. Only one person. So I have the silver for our dedicated to this club. So I would like to read out which covers the 175 efforts of every individual. Okay. So it goes like this. आँखों में नूर, दिल में उजाले नहीं रहे. आँखों में नूर, दिल में उजाले नहीं रहे. जलवे तो वही है, देखने वाले नहीं रहे. जलवे तो वही है, देखने वाले नहीं रहे. राहों की ज़हमतों का मैं क्या सबूत दूँ? राहों की ज़हमतों का मैं क्या सबूत दूँ? मंजिल पाई तो पाँव में छाले नहीं रहे. आँखों में नूर, दिल में उजाले नहीं रहे. I would like to translate in English also. How do I prove the hardship of my journey to everyone? By the time I finally reach the destination, even the blisters on the feet had vanished, leaving no proof of my struggle. So I say, or I would like to say, this is that proof. This audience is that proof. This togetherness is a proof. This gathering is a proof of success of Whitefield Toastmasters. So let's have a huge round of applause for all the So now, how many of you think history is important? Everyone? One who forgets the history, who cannot create a history. So let's learn about the Whitefield Toastmasters club history, the story in numbers. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, Toastmaster guests, are you ready?
Yes.
About the history, I'm going to ask you after that. Are you ready?
Yes.
300 aspiring members, 120 from the Whitefield area, 20 courageous chartered members, one shared version. Benefit of one for the benefit of many. Transforming communication and leadership. It began with open houses led by none other than Toastmaster Nivi, always a guiding light for the club, for the members. She's a mentor of the mentors. Dedicated volunteer become a reality on on 8th November 2022, when the Whitefield Toastmaster Club was officially chartered. Let's have a huge round of applause for the So we have today a very exciting agenda, lot of fun, lot of courage is required. Are you ready?
Yes.
And gentlemen, boys and girls, Toastmasters and?
Yes.
Yes. Over to you, Toastmaster.
Yes, let's move on to the next segment. Milestones remind us how far we have come. Rapid fire is about finding out how well we can survive without preparation. Let's move on from reflection to reaction as we kick off the rapid fire round. We have 5 to 6 minutes for this, so I want to keep it exclusive for a few members. The first member is our founding member, Nibi, please. Yes, please. Okay, quickly, it's a rapid fire, 4 to 5 questions. Don't think.
Make it easy.
Very easy. Everything to do with the club. So, which member in WTM can have their own fan club?
Their own fan club. I think every single member at WTM, we are all like Hiran said in the morning, we are all cool people here. So I think everybody.
If you had a mascot, the club had a mascot, who would be the mascot to represent the club?
I think DTM Mazahir. Goes without saying.
Okay, now exclude Mazahir. Which Toastmaster would you trust to negotiate with aliens?
I think that would be myself. I think that would be myself, yes.
Okay, one tough one to close this. Which member would you hire as your personal coach?
My personal...
No Mazahir.
Definitely not. I think Toastmaster Vaishak, who is not a member anymore, but he was one of the founding charter members of the club, and he had to relocate to Coimbatore, which is why he's not with us today.
We know.
But I think every time he came up on the stage, there was always something unique and creative that he would come up with.
Yes, we thoroughly enjoyed his sessions as well.
Exactly.
Thanks, Devi. It was good to have you here.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, Toastmasters.
Can we have a guest?
Guests may be thinking actually why they are not coming
Yeah.
on stage. So anyone from the guests, please raise your hand.
Youngest member we are having Adi.
Okay. Anirudh, would you like to come, please? So let's have a huge round of applause. Anirudh. So we have 5 easy questions, only one word to answer. Okay, so we pick one. So it's like a rapid fire. Okay. Tea or coffee? Morning person or night owl?
Night.
Would you rather sing or dance on a stage?
Same.
What's your hidden talent?
Let's get it.
Smile, I think so.
Yeah.
No, but he's great at table topics. He came to the first meeting and he won the table topics.
Wow,
Best
great,
table topics.
great.
Yeah.
Not only the first one, multiple times he has come in.
Okay, the last but not least, if you could have one superpower, what would it be?
The ability to learn and master anything that I want to.
Amazing.
Can we have one more Toastmasters who has spent 2+ years with WTM?
I don't know if we have them in the room.
Karthik. That's why I got your name before. Okay, quick 4 or 5. Which member would survive the longest in a zombie apocalypse?
I think DTM Mazahid.
Lydia?
Mazahid.
Now I'm going to remove his name from this. If the club had a talent show, who would you put your money on to win?
Nitish.
Oh, yeah. If you could borrow one trait from any club member, what would it be?
I would say Nibbi. She's very cool, calm, composed.
You are.
And she has right on bank all about Toastmasters.
Yes. I think that's it for now. Thank you for
Thank
coming.
you.
Let's have a huge round of applause for all the participants. So now, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, Toastmasters and guests, now we have seen the history of Toastmasters Club. But how do you think about the winning or losing? What's your thoughts on winning and losing? Which one is important? Both are important. So how would you say, if I say participation is more important than winning or losing?
It is.
Spoken like a Toastmaster.
Let's have a round of applause. Now, it's time to recollect the awards won by Whitefield Toastmaster Club. The club success is not measured by the trophies alone, but by the life it transports and the leaders it creates. These awards reflect the collection, passion, commitment, excellence of Whitefield Toastmasters to unveil and celebrate these achievements. Please join me welcoming none other than our Vice President, Toastmaster Arvind. Let's have a round of applause.
Good morning, all, once again. Good morning. I could see the josh of all this 175th celebration that what do you think about these awards here? Like, generally. It's for the guests. What do you think about these awards? Any guest can answer.
They're impressive.
Sorry?
They're very impressive, like, so,
Okay, and
I think it's
achievements. And let me just talk about one story. Whenever the first time as a guest when I entered the meeting, I saw this awards, and I was wondering that whoever comes to the meeting, they'll get this award. And later on, whenever I took the role, I also understood that these awards are not only for us, it's the club that have achieved it. The success doesn't depend upon what everyone wins, and it's all about like all the members or guests coming together. They always spend time on a Sunday, and we are not only growing as an individual but as a club we will be overall doing. And for this, like, this is the overall awards for the all 3 years we have won. And let me highlight the few awards which we have got for this financial year, July 25 to June 26, in different categories. For any club to be distinguished, it has 10 goals, which has 6 education goals, 2 membership goal and 1 leadership goal, as well as the overall leadership goal plus the overall complaints goal. And we are proud to say that right now, our coronation, which happened 2 weeks back, that our club Whitefield Toastmasters have won 8 out of 10 awards and been as select distinguished. And let's give huge round of applause to the members who are here. For that thing, we had got the award, the Pride of 92, the district award. And next award is the Fast 5 PQ Awards. At the November 2025, we have achieved 5 out of 10 education goals. Please hold on the applause at the end we can give. Next is the Super 7 Awards. This is for every year that we have 2 terms, for the first term as well as second term. We have 7 officers here. All the 7 officers have attended the Toastmaster TLI training and the education to perform the roles better. For that, we won Super 7 Award. And then in case of membership awards, please give you a round of applause to Toastmaster Vibha. Due to her in month of February, we had bought 8 new members based out of a commitment to just bring them a part of the journey. For that, we got this standees. Next one is the Beat the Clock Awards. Recently in the month of May and June, we had more 12 awards. For that, we are getting the t-shirts for the ExCom members, plus this award has been we got here. And next one is Beat the Clock Award. Beat the Clock Award is for the month of March and February. We have added 5 or more members. And then for education awards, we had 100% pathway adoption. The members who had joined on February, all the current members till February had selected their own education pathways. And then we also have won the Pathway Bronze Award this term. This is for out of the 6 education goal, we have won the 4 education goal. And we hope so by end of this June, we'll achieve 6 out of 6 and we'll become a medley distinguished. And as we are today proudly presenting the achievement of the members, together we work and collaborate and make our club better. Thank you. Over to MCs.
As you can see, Arvind being our VP Education, he puts the most efforts and he doesn't miss a chance to flaunt the awards we won. Moving on. Let's move to the next segment. Before we continue celebrating achievements and milestones, we are going to hit a pause on speaking and hit play on something even more enjoyable. For the next few minutes, let's trade speeches for songs and discover what happens when Toastmasters stop talking and start singing. For the first performance, most of us need a few speeches before we get comfortable on stage. But Bijesh, the first singer, completed his icebreaker and apparently thought, comfort zone achieved. What next? Please welcome Toastmaster Bijesh, who works as manager in Aries Global. with the weather we have been enjoying in Bangalore lately, this song which he's going to sing should be our anthem. The song, would you like to sing? It's Rim Jim Gire Savan. Sorry, I could not sing it for you. Sorry.
Thanks for the opportunity and congratulations to every one of us. Let's congratulate each and every one of ourselves to achieve this 175th meeting.
Congratulations.
Yes. Oh, I would like to dedicate this song to all those people who have been working behind the scene to get this on board, to get this ship moving despite all the hardships. Again, once again, congratulations to all of us. Hello. 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 रिम झिम गिर सावन सुलग सुलग जाए मन भीगे आज इस मौसम में लगी कैसी है अगन रिम झिम गिर सावन सुलग सुलग जाए मन भीगे आज इस मौसम में लगी कैसी है अगन रिम झिम गिर सावन. Please join me if you all know this song. जब घुंघरुओं सी बजते हैं बूंदे हर हमारे पलके नमूंदे जब घुंघरुओं सी बजते हैं बूंदे हर हमारे पलके नमूंदे कैसे देखे सपने नयन सुलग सुलग जाए मन भीगे आज इस मौसम में लगी कैसी है अगन रिम झिम गिर सावन. महफिल में कैसे कह दे किसी से दिल बध रहा है किस अजनबी से महफिल में कैसे कह दे किसी के दिल बंध रहा है किस अजनबी से हाय करे अब क्या जतन सुलग सुलग जाए मन भीगे आज इस मौसम में लगी कैसी है अगन रिम झिम गिर सावन सुलग सुलग जाए मन भीगे आज इस मौसम में लगी कैसी है अगन रिम झिम गिर सावन. Thank you.
That was unexpected. A beautiful performance. Thank you, Bijesh. For those of you who don't know, he is a proud father of Toastmaster Hiren, who is our youngest Toastmaster. As promised, here you go, Hiren. Consider this your moment of fame. While songs begin with the right tune, great speeches begin with the right topic. And who better to guide us on that journey than our keynote speaker, DTM Nitin Bhagat. Nitin is a senior program manager at Oracle, a distinguished Toastmaster and a two-time outstanding Toastmaster of District 92. He recently completed his executive MBA from the Indian School of Business, specializing in strategy, leadership, and marketing. Known for his expertise in humor and storytelling, he has delivered keynote speeches and educational sessions for audiences across leading organizations, including Oracle, Cisco, IBM, SAP, Nokia, Shell. I asked ChatGPT to shorten it, so this is a shorter list, and many more, as well as several renowned educational institutions. I have known Nitin since my early Toastmasters days in 2020, 2021, and have followed him on LinkedIn ever since. It's one of those classic LinkedIn relationships. I know quite a bit about him, and he absolutely has no reason to know anything about me. So today, he's here to share insights on a topic every speaker wrestles with at some point: choosing a kick-ass speech topic 101. Let's welcome DTM Nitin Bhagat.
Sure. All right, thank you. Thank you, everybody. Give it up for our stalker in the house, yes. Awesome. When Hiren, you mentioned that this room is very nostalgic and very special for you, I resonate with that quite a bit. The last time I was here was when Whitefield Toastmasters celebrated the 100th milestone meeting. I was here again to deliver a session on humor, and here I am again today to deliver another session. I remember that time we had a cake and some snacks. So Nibi, I'm sorry if that puts you in a spot. Expectation. Good to know. All right. Awesome. I started my public speaking journey sometime back in 2019, and maybe in a couple of years I noticed that everything interesting that has happened with me, all the interesting insights that I have, I've already spoken about it. So I have nothing new to give to the audience the next time I go on stage, right? And that made me think that, hey, how do I come up with new things the next time I go on stage? I feel choosing a speech topic is more difficult than writing the speech itself, right? It's like when you sit with your food in front of a laptop, you open Netflix, and there are two ends of a spectrum. Either there are too many options and you don't know what to choose from, or there are no options, even though there's everything and you don't like anything. And by the time you actually get to choosing a specific episode, your food is already cold, right? It's very similar to that. Like when somebody asks you to speak, you either have too many topics and you'll know, oh, okay, what do I really talk about? Or you're like, okay, I have a lot of experiences, but I don't really know which will work and which won't work. And by the time the deadline is already here, so now you have to bake some half-cooked stuff up for your audience, right? So what we'll do today is a very structured approach to figuring out how do you really go about choosing a speech topic, okay? I've got my notes here with me because like a classic BTech student in a Viva, I need my cheats. All right. So every once in a while I'll refer to this, and I hope that's okay with you. But before we start, what do you think makes a good speech? Apart from the delivery, apart from the content, the very fundamentals of good speech, what do you think those are?
Story.
A good story. All right. Why is a good story important? Let's get down to the very basics. Story is still a very superficial level. At the very foundation of it, why do you need to have a story? Audience. So one, you'll also see a very bad handwriting. Audience is super important. Is this visible to the people in the back? Yeah? Alright, cool. Audience is one. What else?
What message you want to pass on?
Okay. Messaging comes from where again?
The story itself is converting into some kind of message.
Mm-hmm.
What exactly you want to convey?
What exactly you want to convey comes from your inner self. Yes. And that I would say comes from your expertise. Right? Yeah. So second is expertise. What else?
Necessarily every time, but sometimes I feel if it's become personal, then it's even more resonating.
Got it. If it's personal and if it is resonating, would you say that you're invested in this particular topic? Yeah. And investment comes from where? Relatability and all of that, sure, but at the very basic level of it, why are you invested in anything? I heard another word here. No. Somebody said passion? Nobody said passion. I say passion. Right? So at the end of the day, when you find a topic where you feel your audience is interested in this, at the same time you have some level of expertise to it. You don't have to be a PhD in the topic, but some level of expertise. And finally, you're passionate about this topic is basically the holy grail of finding a good speech topic. Alright? So let's structure it even more. We all know what Venn diagrams are? Yeah? Alright, so let's go back to school. Okay, they look like circles. So this is, let's say, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and outside the circle is 8. All right. Let's say this is passion, let's say this is audience, and let's say this is expertise. Alright, so far you're with me with respect to the Venn diagram? Yeah. The holy grail, of course, is 1. Right? This is where you are an expert of the topic. Right? So expertise brings credibility. Right? I can't ask Virat Kohli to give me a session on how aerodynamics work in an F1 car. It's not going to work. He doesn't know shit about it. Right? But how to give a good cover drive? Yeah, that's something that Virat Kohli can talk about because he has credible knowledge about it. Right? So, credibility is what brings the expertise out of you. Right? At the same time, you're passionate about it. So, you know the content really well. Right? When you're passionate about it, you're confident about it. When you're confident about it, you make eye contact. You've got good body language, you've got good energy levels, you deliver humor because you want to talk more about it, right? When you're passionate about it, you do more research because you're like, hey, I already like this topic. I want to know more about this topic before I go tell my audience stuff about it, right? So you end up doing more research and that comes back to your content stuff. And lastly, because your audience is also invested about this topic, they're willing to listen to you. Right? They're like, okay, this is something that I want to take away at the end of my day. So I'm going to listen to it. Right? At the end of the day, the audience wants 2 things from you. One is a takeaway, which is, okay, I have this information. What can I do with this information? And 2 is this information useful for me or not? Right? At the end of the day, that's what the audience is looking for. So ideally, whatever topic you want should fall in this holy grail of segment 1, which is expertise, passionate, and your audience. Right? Now, before we move on, I want you to take out your phones, take out your notes, whatever you have. Take 1 minute to write 5 topics that you think you are an expert of. Right now. Right? Take out your phones, make a note of 5 topics that you think you're an expert of. Doesn't have to be a very detailed thing. It shouldn't be something like how do I manage an employee who's not doing well. It can just be leadership, right? We're looking at that kind of a level, right? So any 5 topics that you think you're an expert of. Your flash. Wow, I feel like an invigilator. All right. Cool. 5 topics done for what you're an expert of. Yeah? All right, let's move on. Write 5 more topics exclusively about things that you're passionate about. Doesn't matter whether you are an expert or not. Any 5 topics that you feel you are passionate about. Go for it. So it can be like your hobbies, things that you want to get into. It can also be things that you work at. Doesn't have to be an expert, but hey, you like doing this, you like spending your time on this, so make a note of those 5 topics as well.
They shouldn't be repeated.
It can repeat. The idea is to find repetitions. Alright, and finally, 5 topics that you think your target audience likes. So you can think of this room as your target audience, and what are the 5 things that you think people in this room would like to hear about. Again, doesn't matter if you're a expert of it, doesn't matter if you're passionate about it, but any 5 things that you think the general audience will sort of like listening to. Alright, are we set? Yeah? Alright. Felt like a classic classroom situation, by the way. Some people are still writing, some people are done, so they're looking around. Water bottles being passed away, a kid bawling outside. Fantastic. Cool. So, right now, ideally, we should have anywhere between 7 to 8 topics, 7 to 8 unique topics between the 3 buckets that we spoke about. We'll come back to these 7-8 topics later in the session, but we'll move on with figuring out which works and which does not work. Alright. So of course, anything that fits all 3 is number 1, which is your holy grail, right? If you're able to find something that falls here, fantastic. Go with it, deliver it, I'm sure you will kill it, right? But that's not always the case. you don't always get the perfect topic, right? You end up compromising somewhere, somehow. So we'll talk about all of those things now. Let's go with segment number 2, right? So this falls in a section where you're passionate about it, and a segment where your audience is also interested about it, right? So passion is there, audience is there. What is not there? Expertise is not there, right? Credibility is not there. When credibility is not there, expertise is not there, what do you think takes a hit in this case?
The details.
The details.
The trust.
The trust, the quality of content that you're presenting, right, is what takes a hit. This is usually a scenario where I'll give a very controversial Toastmasters opinion. How many of you have attended a humorous speech contest? Yeah, if not necessarily in your club, but outside of your club as well, right? A humorous speech contest, especially us Toastmasters, we're not that great with humor yet. It's still an evolving skill for us, right? So you as an audience, you listen to the contest or to the humorous speech because you want to listen to humor. Who doesn't like humor? The speaker is giving a speech because they like humor, so clearly they're passionate about it. But because there is no expertise, you can clearly feel that here the jokes are just not good enough, right? And when jokes are not good enough, when the content is not good enough, you don't make eye contact with the speaker. Have you noticed that? Yeah, you end up scrolling on your phone, you twitch your jeans, you look at your shoes, you look everywhere else instead of the speaker. Right? So this is where the speaker takes the hit, which is what you should also look at from a flip side. That when you are presenting something that you're not an expert of, because you don't have good content, because you don't have good credibility, because the audience doesn't trust you yet, is this really the right topic for you? Right? So should you even attempt something that falls in bucket 2 simply because you're not an expert about it? Right? So that's food for thought for you. That hey, you're not an expert yet, so should I even attempt this? Maybe let somebody else attempt this topic, and maybe I will attempt a different topic that falls probably in one of the other buckets. Right? How do you bring 2 to 1? Learning. As simple as that, right? And it may not happen instantly, but maybe over time, the more you learn about it, the more you research about it, the more you experience it, maybe that's where some credibility comes into picture, right? And eventually it becomes 1, and then you can go about and deliver a topic on that, deliver a session on that topic. Sounds good? Are we good with 2? Yeah? Alright, cool. I'll come to 3 later. Let's go with 4. So 4 is where you're an expert. The audience wants to listen to what you're saying, but you're just not passionate about it. Right? How many of you here like what you do at work? 4 people. Right? The majority of you fall in this bucket. When you have to deliver a presentation to your boss, status updates, project reports, PowerPoint presentations to your senior management, you're an expert, which is why you have this job, which is why you have this designation. Your senior manager wants to listen to what you have to present, you simply do not care. Right? So in that case, your delivery takes a hit. You're like, okay, I'll do whatever to do that 10-minute presentation. Once it's over, it's over. I'll switch off my video, I'll go back to my shorts and I'll just chill. Right? How do you deliver a passion in that case? How do you bring a 4 to a 1? Very difficult. Right? Building a passion out of something that you're simply not passionate about is again superbly difficult. While you can still, from passion and audience, while you can still bring an expertise into it, the other way is very, very difficult. To bring passion into your work is just not easy for a lot of people. So again, is this something you really want to do? Right? Should you even attempt this? Maybe you should wait for passion to come. Or what I would say in some case that has helped me is when you become an expert or when you're learning about it is where you have a little bit of passion towards it. Right? Your first day of job, you're like, I will grind my bum off and I will work really hard, I will get that promotion. So you're passionate about it. Maybe think back to those times again think about what drove you to build an expertise, and maybe from there some passion comes back to you, right? And that transforms a 4 to a 1, right? Let's move on to 6. So 6 is where you are an expert. 6 is where you're also passionate about it, but your audience does not want to listen, right? So you're an expert, you're passionate, your audience does not want to listen, which is a very narcissistic behavior from your end, right? You're like, okay, I like semiconductors, I have done a degree in semiconductors, I work at semiconductors, I'm building a startup on semiconductors, but my audience does not like it at all, but I will still do it, right? And in that case, the audience is like, theek hai, I mean, I don't really care, I don't know where you're going with this, I don't know what I'll do with this information. So the audience is thinking, is it even worth my time listening to this, right? And this happened with a friend of ours, Nishant Nibi. Nishant was an ex-area director with us few years ago. He built an edtech on semiconductors, eventually found out that the Indian market is just not ready for it, and he shut it down. And he did that while he was still working, so it wasn't a big loss making thing for him. But that's the point, right? You need to figure out who your audience is, what your audience likes, and cater to them, because at the end of the day, customer is king and audience is the customer. Right? How do you find out information about your audience? What do you do? Research. Stalk their LinkedIn. Right? Find out questions about the audience. So something that I do before every session is I ask the organizer that, hey, tell me about the audience. So in this case, for example, I asked Nebi how many of the people here are new members or early in their Toastmasters journey, because in that case, a speech topic makes sense. I can't deliver a session on speech topic to somebody who delivers a session every day. It's not relevant enough for them. Right? And I learned this the hard way. Back in COVID, I was doing a comedy routine for an audience based out of Kuwait. And my speech had references to Tinder and to alcohol. Now that speech works wonders in India. Every time I've done that speech, it's a 5-minute speech. I've got good applause, good response from the audience. It's something that in comedy terms you call a tight 5. A tight 5 is when you have 5 laughs per minute for 5 minutes, right? So it's called a tight 5. It's called a tight 5 set. So I had a tight 5 set that works in India. I did that for an audience based out of Kuwait, and nobody's laughing. I'm in my room on a Zoom meeting. I deliver it for 5 minutes. Nobody's laughing, and I'm like, is Kuwait's internet down or is it me? Who's bad? Right? And after my speech was over, one guy from Kuwait, he WhatsApped me and he's like, dude, just FYI, Tinder and alcohol both is banned in Kuwait. So unfortunately, we didn't really understand your references. Right? So I learned it the hard way, but it's super important that before you go in front of any audience, you figure out who they are. Right? So what I usually do is I ask the organizers, tell me the demographics, how many males versus how many females, how many of them are white collar versus blue collar employees, what level of public speaking journey are they at, what level of professional experience they have, because then you understand, okay, which age bracket they come in, what income bracket they come in, and then you know what references will work for whom, right? A very bad joke, but if I make a joke about, or if I make a joke about Salman Khan movies, maybe you may not like it, but if I do that in front of Sallu Bhai fans, they will love it, right? Because it is made for them, not made for specifically for the audience sitting here, right? So very important that you do audience research, which is where 6 comes in, right? You're an expert, you are passionate about it, but the audience does not care. So what you do in that case is you figure out bridges of this topic to other topics that the audience cares about, right? So in the case of semiconductors, for example, I don't know, think of how semiconductors are connected to chips designed by NVIDIA, which is eventually sold to OpenAI, which is eventually being built on Oracle's data center, and maybe you can use that to deliver a session on semiconductors to a tech audience, for example, right? So you figure out other areas which the audience likes, what the audience relates to, and build a bridge between this particular topic to the audience. Yeah, does that make sense?
Yes.
Yeah. Awesome. Now, few of the things that you probably should not attempt at all. One is one is 5. 5 is where you are an expert, but you're not passionate about it, so obviously your delivery takes a hit, your research takes a hit, your audience doesn't care about it, so they also do not want to listen to whatever it is that you're saying, so why do it at all? Right? You're delivering a session not for yourself but for the audience to take something back with them. If the audience doesn't care, then hey, it's meaningless, so maybe not do it at all, right? 3 is where the audience loves it, the audience wants to hear about it, but you are not an expert and you're not passionate about it, so maybe you're just not the right person, and it's okay, right? I believe I'm very bad at table topics, so if you ask me to deliver a section on table topics, I will straight away say no. I won't say that, oh no, I'm out of town, I'm sick, my pillow looks sad, I can't come today. Not any of that. I'll just say that, hey, I'm not an expert. I believe it'll be a waste of my time and more importantly your time. So why don't you call somebody who's either an expert or passionate about it, because then at least maybe there's something good that the audience might take away, right? And finally 7. So 7 is where you're passionate about it, but you're not an expert yet, the audience doesn't care, which is where your hobbies lie, right? Any unique hobby that you have, maybe that something that you have started very recently, which is why you're not an expert yet and your audience also does not care, is something very personal to you. So maybe this audience is not the right type of audience for this kind of session. Maybe find an audience which is passionate about it. So in that case, you can club your passion to the audience's passion and bring spark from there, which sort of will be a better fit to your speech topic. Right? And finally, number 8, which is you're not an expert, you're not passionate, the audience doesn't care, so who cares at the end of the day? Nobody. Maybe God if they exist, or ghosts, right? So if it doesn't cater to anybody, why do it at all? Right? Maybe do it to the aliens who have come to negotiate. That might be a better one. But if nobody cares, then just don't do it at all. Right? So at the end of the day, all of your speech topics revolves around this Venn diagram. Right? And your goal is to get as close to 1 as possible, but if not 1, it should cater to at least 2 in any permutation combination of these 3 things, right? Of course, 1 is the holy grail, but if not, then whatever works, right? I did this back in 2021, I think, where I was running out of speech topics, and I made a list of 5 things for each one of these, and I figured my holy grail was comedy, right? And ever since then, every single time I've come on stage, I've tried to crack at least 1 joke that work. Sometimes it doesn't work, which is also a learning for me, right? Eventually, my topic that I had chosen at that time was how comedy is important to heal you. And this was specifically done in the COVID times where all of us were sick, some of us lost loved ones. My family was also in the hospital, so I also had some personal emotions involved with it, which led me to you know come to there. So now we have topics, right? What we'll do is we'll find the one common topic that aligns with majority of these points, and then we'll dive more into it, right? So for example, in my case, it was comedy, which is a very high level topic, and then I think to myself, why comedy? Because it makes people laugh. Okay, what makes people laugh? It is the fact that there is some tragedy, plus some time has passed by, so now that tragedy has become a bit more relatable, people are able to laugh about it. So that is what makes people laugh, that is what makes people united, which is what I like about comedy. And eventually I did all of those things. I asked why, what, where, all of those questions to each single thing, and eventually from a very fragmented comedy thing, I brought it down to a very niche topic of why comedy is important to heal yourself, right? And that is how you sort of choose a speech topic. So what we'll do now is very quickly, I would need one of you to like just give me the topic that you have chosen, and all of us together will work on finding one speech topic for you. Yeah, can we do that? Yeah, all right. Who wants to nominate? All right, you will have to deliver this topic next week. Is that okay?
If Arvind gives me a slot.
Okay. All right, why don't you come over here?
Sure.
Yeah, give it up for him. All right, now very slowly, right? Tell us the 5 topics that you listed under audience, what the audience would like to listen to.
Okay, that was I think the third category.
Works, I mean, because I wrote it down in this order, let's go in this order.
Okay, so they are humor,
Humor,
or comedy, societal commentary,
societal commentary, okay.
leadership, belief and trust,
Okay,
love and sacrifice.
very heavy. All right, awesome. Have you made a high level note of whatever he has said? Yeah, so that's comedy, whatever happens in society, leadership, trust,
Belief and trust and love and sacrifice.
love and sacrifice. Fantastic. Let's go to expertise. What have you noted under expertise? What are you an expert of?
Okay, I consider.
That is what we're looking for. I'm not looking for endorsements. I'm looking for what you believe you're good at.
Philosophy,
Philosophy, okay.
humor, societal observation or commentary,
Okay.
and belief and trust.
Belief and trust. So a lot of points that are also going along with the audience bit.
Yeah.
Finally, what are you passionate about?
Yeah, so comedy, philosophy, societal commentary, metaphysics,
Okay.
and love and sacrifice.
Okay.
I cannot really think out of the.
Okay, sounds good. Sounds good. So now we have seen that, okay, fine. We have made a list of 15 topics, out of which maybe 7 or 8 of them are unique. And we have figured out, okay, which one falls in which buckets and which ones are common in number 1, right? I think since we already spoke about comedy, let's leave that aside. I think love and trust is something that goes in all 3 of your buckets.
I would rather prefer societal commentary.
Societal commentary, right? So societal commentary is the high level overarching topic that we have received. Talking about societal commentary is too big of a speech to fit into 7 to 8 minute speech. So what we'll do is we'll drill down further into that, right? What is it about societal commentary that you like? What about it finds you fascinating?
Okay, so there are many aspects. I mean, I can take each topic at a time.
Yeah.
That will give me more topics
Yeah.
to really work out with. So, like how people treat each other, let's say, basis of looks, their assumptions of what level of society they belong to.
Yeah. So the perception
Perception.
is one thing, all right? We're gonna drill down even more. Sorry to be your therapist for today. What is it about perception that fascinates you?
I mean, because my first tendency always is to look towards anything in terms of humor, finding humor in that.
Yeah.
So, whether it is a negative aspect also, but if I can extract the humor out of it, I mean, people will resonate with it. Most of the people, either they are happy or unhappy, they all want to laugh at the end of the day.
Got it.
So just take out that, I mean, extract that aspect and, I mean, show it to the people
Yeah.
that when we are trying to demean or think very lowly upon somebody, actually that is, I mean, they should laugh at their own thinking.
Okay, got it. So you want to not empower, but you want to show people the right side of
Yeah.
perception. You
But
wanna
not preach or give them sermon.
open their eyes basically at the end of the day, right? So this is clearly something that, sorry, what's your name?
Abhik.
Abhik is expert about, because he believes he's an expert of it, which is fine at the end of the day. He's clearly very, very passionate about it, as we can all see. Do we think as audience this is interesting to us?
Yes.
Yeah, so that falls right where we're looking at, right? So this is basically how you narrow it down even further, which is from societal commentary, you bring it down to perception. From perception, you bring it further down to the fact that, hey, I just want to talk about something that opens people's eyes, that changes their perception, that changes the way that they think. Right, and now you have a full-fledged session or topic that you can probably talk more about whenever, like, your turn comes, right? So that is basically how we do it. Yeah, give it up for Abhik, everybody. All right, yeah, that is pretty much it that I wanted to talk to you about. The next time you feel like you have gone through a topic block, which is the equivalent of a writer's block, I urge you to go back to this this Venn diagram. Make a list of topics, put it in the buckets, and see if you can bring it as close to 1 as possible. If not, 2, 4, and 6, which is combination of these three also works. In that case, there will be a little bit of hit somewhere. Maybe your audience won't be interested, maybe you don't have credibility, or maybe you don't have the right body language required to talk about it, so something might take a hit. But then the idea is, the more you probably dive into it, the more eventually you'll get closer to one, right? This is also a note to the VP Education, that the next time a member tells you that I don't know what to talk about, you can always refer back to it and pressurize them into giving a speech the next week itself. Right, that is all that I wanted to talk to you about. Any questions that you have for me?
Can I go for a
Yes, sir. What's your name? Sorry.
My name is Gautam.
Gautam.
Okay, so it's a bit different question. I have expertise, I have passion, but whatever topic I talk with my spouse, she's never interested. So how do you solve that? Bad expectations.
We should ask Chetna that.
Whatever topic I talk, the audience is never interested.
How long have you been married, Gautam? How long have you been married?
15.
How did you get to 15 years is my...
I'm trying to understand.
See, like I said, at the end of the day, customer is king. In this case, your wife is the queen, right? You have to figure out a way to cater to her. What works for me is for me to take a compromise. I'll give you an example. My wife sitting there won't like it. She forced me one day to watch Happy New Year, the Shah Rukh Khan movie, right? It's not a good movie. It's a brain rot. Similar lines. It's a brain rot. But just because she wanted to watch it, I'm like, okay, madam is the queen, customer is king. I have to take a hit in my one instance and cater to the customer, so that hopefully I have leverage on that and get her to do something else next time that she won't like. It's a trade-off, right? So you won't be happy all the time, but it is something that you have to think of always. At the end of the day, audience is everything, right? So if the audience is just not interested, then it's a loss in your end. So that is something that you have to figure out. But most importantly, talk to your wife. All right, thank you, Gautam. We'll move on. Another question. Yes, Abhik, I'll come to you later. Yeah, what's your name, brother?
Aman.
Aman.
So I have expertise and passion in a particular topic.
Yeah.
But then, how do I know if my audience is interested?
Got it. Very similar to what I mentioned before, which is talk to the organizers about the audience. Get to know the demographics, their key information, and try to extrapolate information from them, right? So for example, if I have to deliver another session in Whitefield Toastmasters, for example, I know majority of you here are people from the working class, working professionals, right? So I may not talk about the technical stuff because you have already dealt with technical stuff for 5 days a week. Right? You have come here to unwind, you have come here to laugh, you have come here to learn something new, something interesting. So talking to you about how multi-threading in Java works is not something that you would like, right? So this I don't know about you. I'm extrapolating based on the information that I have at hand, which is working class people, 5 days a week they work. On a Sunday they've come here to unwind, so maybe technical stuff is not what they're looking for, right? So just get to know information about your audience and see if you're able to extrapolate some information about how people in general think, and then you might get it. Of course, you may not make everybody happy, which is very difficult to do, and it's okay for not everybody to be happy, right? As long as majority of the audience are on your side, that's a good win for you. So take that win and go home. Yeah, awesome. Thank you, Aman. Abhik.
Yeah. So I mean, basically similar to these two earlier questions as well. So my question was like, at a very high point, how can I make my story your story, that you get invested with me? So there is one thing. I mean, probably I can find out about you, I mean, not meeting you yet.
Yeah.
But is that enough? Because I just get to know a superficial part of you. Not your hobbies, not your deep passions. But then, if my story becomes so generic, that you also can think, okay, this is kind of, it happens with me. So how do I know how to bridge that gap?
Okay. My answer to that, Abhi, lies between passion and audience. Alright? I am not an expert of it, so I won't answer it. Right? I don't want to give an answer that I feel is not justified enough. So yeah, I don't think I can answer that question. I've not dived enough into that to talk to you or give you advice. So maybe just ask that to somebody else. Is that fair?
I'll keep searching for it.
Good. Good to know.
So Abhika Naman, 15 years I'm trying to understand the audience.
No,
I'm still learning.
No, I'm trying to understand audience, not just wife.
Can I?
Yes. Yeah, Nivi.
Okay, yeah. So, Abhi, one of the things that has worked for me in all of the speeches that I've done is I have done zero technical speeches. I'm a geneticist. So, if I were to come here and talk about genetics, everybody is going to be lining up. So, there are certain common themes that all of us in this room go through. For example, loss, love, winning and failures. So focus on stories around those areas. So it could be, say for example, when I was in college, right? Many people would have written you off. Oh, like for me, I was a total tomboy, very short. And then I went for the basketball team selection. And everybody was like, okay, what is this tiny thing going to do? Basketball, right? Everybody thinks of tall people. But then I actually made it to the team. And then 3 years down, I was the captain of the team. So, find stories where there is commonalities of human nature. I think all of us think very technical when we're thinking about, say, I will talk about maybe COVID or Covaxin, vaccinations. Doesn't work.
So I think, I'm sorry interrupting you. So that primarily comes from like what topic I was already discussing about the societal commentary. In society, we see many things happening around us, many actions, many reactions out of it. So, some or the other way, some or the other person have already gone through those experiences.
Either your experience or your family members, your friends and friend of friends' experiences. So, what works for me is I collect these experiences rather than topics. So, if something funny happened, something unusual happened in my day, I actually jot it down. And then that becomes my speech at a later point of time. Like, I'm someone who travels a lot. So one of my speeches was about how to pack very effectively for a 3-day travel or for versus a 10-day travel. That was one of my speeches at my club. And it worked because everybody struggles, most people struggle with packing and explore different styles of packing in the room within the audience. So that way you can engage the audience as well. But look for common experiences, common themes. I think that works. So if you were to talk about memories from school, college, in this audience, I think most of us have gone to school, most of us have gone to college. Most likely we may have had similar experiences or have a friend who's had that experience.
So the point of commonality will be the subject.
The subject, the audience, everything. Right? That reminds me, we did a similar exercise in our club, and the topic that we came up with is how to save money in a 1-week travel to Goa as an alcoholic group. Right? Because again, everybody likes to travel, everybody's passionate about traveling, everybody wants to save money, so it works for everybody. Right? But yeah, thank you, Nibi. Awesome. We'll take a couple more questions. Any other questions that we have? People in the back. You're half raising a hand, sir. Do you want to ask a question?
I missed after because I came in little late.
Okay.
So this was an educational discussion, isn't it?
Yeah. It was about figuring out how do you find the right topic. To give you a quick context, audience is very important. Very important that you build an expertise of yourself and you're passionate about it. So find a topic that aligns with these 3 or 2 out of these 3 things.
I got that. What you said, I got that. And it was very fantastic way to put together. Right?
Thank you.
When diagram and everything was fantastic. But what I was thinking through is when we come to Toastmasters or somebody who wants to come to Toastmasters view, who want to improve their skills of communication and public speaking, right? Should we focus into one? Because that's maybe it's a good way to start with. Should we focus on the one? Because one is something which works well.
Yeah.
So what should be our priority? Should we focus into 2, 4? That's where you improve it.
Got it. Yeah.
Push that boundaries.
I think, see, public speaking at the end of the day is passion, right? You're doing it maybe because you have a job requirement or whatever, but also because you're passionate about it. I think you can build credibility, you can build expertise only if you're passionate, right? So it starts with passion and eventually you get into the technical details of it, right? For example, back in 2021 or something, I started going for guitar classes. I did that just because I was passionate that, hey, I want to learn guitar, right? And eventually, after like a year of taking classes, is where I've come to a point where I'm like, okay, I've learned enough to call myself a little bit of an expert, right? I won't call myself the mosaic of guitar, but okay, I'm somewhat better than average, right? So that passion kept me going for that 1 year of building credibility. So at the start of your journey, I think you should just talk about what you want to talk about, what you like talking about. Eventually, you will figure out what niche works for you, right? So for me, for example, eventually I figured out that humor works really well for me. I want to do humor. A bit later, I found out that visualization really works for me. So I actually had a PPT for this, but because we don't have a provision for PPT, I said, hey, let's do a Venn diagram on a chart paper, right? So that's attempts of doing it multiple times is when you really figure out what your niche is, what your expertise really is, and then you can start thinking about the audience and whatnot. Because of course, the starting few times, it's okay if the audience takes a hit, because they also know that you're new, so they're more forgiving of you, right? But if Nibbi does something where, again, like she said, if she talks about genetic counseling, you will bash her in your head. Okay, like, Nibbi, take this to the clinic, don't bring it here, right? So that's how it is. I hope that answers your question. Yeah, awesome, thank you. All right, any other questions before we end the session today? No? In that case, fantastic. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for having me over again. Oh, okay.
So unfortunately fortunate, today I'm looking like a student, right? And I really love that wonderful speech by DTM Toastmaster. So let's have a huge round of applause. For giving a vote of thanks, I would like to request Toastmaster DP on the stage, please.
Thank you.
I really have to thank Nitin for taking time out and coming here today, because the request went out to him yesterday to deliver a keynote over here. We had reached out to other people, we were not able to find someone. I was informed at 12, I asked Nitin to help out around 3-4 in the evening yesterday. And so for that itself, thank you so much. And this was so educative. I think one of the key qualities of all of us Toastmasters is no matter how many education sessions we sit through, there's always something new to learn, and that's what happened today for me as well from the session. Nitin's a close friend, and despite everything that keeps him busy on a Sunday, the fact that he chose to spend his time with us today means a lot for me, means a lot for all of us here at Whitefield Toastmasters. So thank you once again.
Thank you. Thanks, Ruth.
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, Toastmasters and guests. How is it going?
Great.
Okay. So we'll have a fun activity. So it's called the spot the person. Okay. So we'll announce one word, and if that word matches with any of your belongings, you can raise your hand. Okay. Quickly, whoever raise the hand first. The volunteer Toastmaster here is there. So he has a lot of chocolate today. Okay, are you ready, guys?
Yes.
Boys and girls,
Yes.
ladies and gentlemen,
Yes.
not looking so. Are you ready, guys?
Yes. It is some
So the first clue goes: spot the man with the longest hair in the audience.
Kind of difficult to
Yeah, I know.
A person with longest hair.
Ayush.
Yeah, raise your hand. Let's have a round of applause. Yeah, you can stand up. Let's have a round of applause. Can you show your head? Okay. So one more, I think we'll go. Spot a person with most old-fashioned classic dressing style. Whether boy or girl, ladies or gentlemen, Toastmasters. Old-fashioned classic dressing style.
Gautam. Yeah.
Yeah, you can raise your hand quickly.
You decide.
So, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, how many of you like real chocolates? Looks like no one. Oh, is it? Oh, so are you ready, guys?
Yes.
One more. Okay. Okay, let's go. Spot the person wearing the brightest color footwear. Shining kind of.
Yes. Yeah, yes.
Okay, we'll have to.
We can do it.
We'll have to. Okay. Let's have a return of that. Yes, sir, please, participants, please stand on your legs. Here.
Black shoes do we have? Yellow color shoes. He's also having.
Okay, then we'll go for last now. Are you ready, guys?
Yes.
Boys and girls,
Yeah.
ladies and gentlemen,
Yes.
excited? Okay, now. Spot person most unread WhatsApp messages on the mobile.
I have not done. Oh, so many of them. just give.
100 messages on it. Yeah.
And it is a bunch of as well.
600. Hands up. 700. Give it up. 6,000. Ignore.
Round of applause.
Yeah, anything more than 6,000.
Boys and girls, ladies and gentlemen. May I have your attention, please, sir? 6,001. 6,002.
Auction is going on.
6,003.
Moral of the story. Yeah, that's okay, carry on. Moral of the story, don't message Aditya. If you want to reach out, call him.
I actually feel so good about myself because I'm generally the person who's the last to see the messages. So
You have some.
Okay, let's have a huge round of applause for last one, guys. Boys and girls, last one. Are you ready?
Yes.
Okay. Are you ready?
Give me a reason to get a chocolate.
A person with the oldest phone in the audience. Oh, there is a tie, it looks like. A person with the oldest phone.
how old?
How old? Yeah.
When did you buy it?
6 years back. No, I have 2 phones, so I need to. This is 6 years old.
Okay, so
Yes.
that.
But it's okay, I don't put it on.
I'll make sure everyone gets diamond.
Okay, last one will go quickly.
No, we have 6,000 messages. I keep telling you this.
A girl or a woman wearing a hair clip or hairband. Anyone? Okay, we have one.
Yay.
Let's have a round of applause for her.
Done? Then move on. Happens.
Okay, let's have a huge round of applause for all the participants. Let's hear now from the MC, none other than Toastmasters.
I literally gave him 3 questions so I can win some chocolates. He didn't take any of those questions from the list. So moving on, we'll have the next performance. As a mentor, I take pride in my mentee's growth. I have guided him through speeches, shared feedback, answered questions, and supported his Toastmasters journey. But I have absolutely no claim whatsoever for what you're about to hear next. The talent is entirely his own. Let's welcome Aditya. When Aditya said he's going to sing Enna Solla from the movie Thangamagan, I nodded confidently as a Tamilan or Tamilchi. Then Nitish called and said, it's Enna Sona by Arjit Singh. And I started questioning my mother tongue and went back and asked him again, you're singing that Tamil song, right? And he said yes. So, a business analyst by profession, and recently, I don't know who promoted him, he promoted himself from bathroom singer to stage singer. A huge round of applause for Aditya.
So good afternoon everyone. First of all, I'd like to congratulate Whitefield Toastmasters for this landmark meeting, and I'd also like to thank them for providing me this unexpected opportunity. So yeah, as Pravina said, I'm going to be singing the song Enna Solla from Thangamagan, and it's sung by Shweta Mohan and composed by Anirudh. So here goes.
என்ன சொல்ல ஏது சொல்ல கண்ணோடு கண் பேச வார்த்தை இல்லை என்னென்னவோ உள்ளுக்குள்ள வெளில சொல்லாம வெக்கம் தள்ள சின்ன சின்ன ஆசை உள்ள திக்கி திக்கி பேச மல்லிகைப்பூ வாசம் கொஞ்சம் காத்தோட வீச உத்து உத்து பார்க்க நெஞ்சில் முத்து முத்தா வேர்க்க புத்தம் புது வாழ்க்கை என்ன உன்னோட சேர்க்க என்னோடு நீ உன்னோடு நான் ஒன்றோடு நாம் ஒன்றாகும் நாள் என்னோடு நீ உன்னோடு நான் ஒன்றாகும் நாள் என்னோடு நீ உன்னோடு நான் ஒன்றோடு நான் ஒன்றாகும் நாள் என்னோடு நீ உன்னோடு நான் ஒன்றாகும் நாள். சொல்லாமல் கொள்ளாமல் நெஞ்சோடு காதல் தேர நெஞ்சோடு காதல் சேர முற்று முட்டுதே இந்நாளும் எந்நாளும் கைகோர்த்து போகும் பாதை கைகோர்த்து போகும் பாதை கண்ணில் தோன்றுதே சொல்லாத எண்ணங்கள் பொல்லாத ஆசைகள் உன்னாலே சேருதே பாரம் கூடுதே தேடாத தேடல்கள் காணாத காட்சிகள் உன்னோடு காண்பதில் நேரம் போகுதே சின்ன சின்ன ஆசை உள்ள திக்கி திக்கி பேச மல்லிகைப்பூ வாசம் கொஞ்சம் காத்தோட வீச உத்து உத்து பார்க்க நெஞ்சில் முத்து முத்தா வேர்க்க புத்தம் புது வாழ்க்கை என்ன உன்னோட சேர்க்க என்னோடு நீ உன்னோடு நான் ஒன்றோடு நான் ஒன்றாகும் நாள் என்னோடு நீ உன்னோடு நான் ஒன்றாகும் நாள் என்னோடு நீ உன்னோடு நான் ஒன்றோடு நான் ஒன்றாகும் நாள் என்னோடு நீ உன்னோடு நான் ஒன்றாகும் நாள் என்ன சொல்ல ஏது சொல்ல கண்ணோடு கண் பேச வார்த்தை இல்லை என்னென்னவும் உள்ளுக்குள்ள வெள்ள சொல்லாம என் வெக்கம் தள்ள
Hey, Aditya, that is nowhere close to bathroom standards, okay? It was too good. So, a huge round of applause again for her.
Okay, boys and girls, ladies and gentlemen, Toastmasters. How is it going? How is the joke?
Hi.
How is the joke?
Hi.
After that game and after this wonderful performance by Toastmasters, that's a good round of applause. Now, as we said earlier, winning or losing is not so important, but the participants. Now, that's what the Whitefield Toastmaster Club is doing all the time, though many winning awards it has. So now, it's time to call up on stage a very special person, I would say, currently working as an AVP Finance Delivery Lead for an MNC company. He has more than 22 years of experience in business management, transition and transformation. Anyone who would like to connect? Okay, please help me welcome with a huge round of applause Toastmaster Karthik.
Thank you.
So along with that, for the presentation, I would like to call on stage the VP of our club, Toastmaster. I will give a huge round of applause.
So good afternoon, everyone. So today we are here to felicitate few people who have done exceptionally well. So those are the 2s, 4s and 6 who are inching towards 1. So the first we have the Toastmaster of the month for the month of April. Any guesses? Toastmaster Sanjana. Unfortunately, I think she is not here, but let's give a round of applause. Next, for the month of May, great. So next we have the Toastmaster of the month for the May month is Toastmaster Vipul. Let's give him a round of applause. He is also not here. Next segment is the Rising Star. So for the month of April, it is Toastmaster Rajni. Thank you, Toastmaster Rajni. For the month of May, we have none other than Toastmaster Abhinik. Thank you, Abhinik. Next is the dynamic duo. It's the mentee and mentor. So for the month of April, I will like to call upon Nitish, and the mentor is Mazai. So Mazai is not here. So let's give him a round of applause. Thank you, Nitish. For the month of May, the dynamic duo is Madhu and Minit. Thank you, Madhu. Next segment is Best Operation Excellence for the quarter April and June. For the Best XCOM is none other than Toastmaster Arvind. Thank you, Toastmaster Arvind. For the Best Associate, Operation Excellence for the quarter April to June is none other than Toastmaster Abhishek. He is not there. And last but not the least, we have a special recognition for this person who helped us booking this venue. It is Toastmaster Akash. It's not there. Morika? Both are not there. Thank you everyone, all the best, and we will have further more to come in the coming months. Thank you. Over to the MCs.
Let's move on to the final performance of the day. Our next performer needs no introduction, mainly because he's been introducing everyone else all day. Nitish has chosen Mere Samne Wali Kidki Mein as a song that reminds us of simpler times when people admired their crushes from a window or from the roads, on the roads, instead of stalking them on social media. So let's call Nitish on stage. He works at Borg Warner as a staff engineer, and he's been with us for the last 2 years. So over to you.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Pranav. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, Toastmasters and guests, how it is going? Great. I'm not so prepared. Hello. So before that, I would like to have one rehearsal. Would you like to join with me? Yes or no? Yes. Yes. 3, 2, 1, we go. Okay. Thanks. Oh, sure. Okay, we'll have quick rehearsal. Are you ready, guys?
Yes.
I'm not ready.
You are born ready.
ऐसा कोई साथी हो, ऐसा कोई प्रेमी हो, प्यास दिल की बुझा जाए. Which song, guys? There is a twist. See. मेरे सामने वाली खिड़की में एक चांद सा टुकड़ा रहता है। मेरे सामने वाली खिड़की में एक चांद सा टुकड़ा रहता है। अफसोस ये है कि वो हमसे कुछ उखड़ा रहता है। मेरे सामने वाली खिड़की में एक चांद सा टुकड़ा रहता है। जिस रोज से देखा है उसको हम क्षमा करना भूल गए। जिस रोज से देखा है उसको हम क्षमा करना भूल गए। दिल थाम के ऐसे बैठे कहीं आना जाना भूल गए। अब रात भर इन आँखों में वो चंचल मुखड़ा रहता है। मेरे सामने वाली खिड़की में एक चांद सा टुकड़ा रहता है। बरसात आकर चली गई, बादल भी गरज कर बरस गए। बरस की एक झलक को हम हंसने के मालिक तरस गए। अब प्यास बुझेगी आँखों की, दिन रात ये दुखड़ा रहता है। मेरे सामने वाली खिड़की एक चांद सा टुकड़ा रहता है। अफसोस है कि वो हमसे कुछ उखड़ा रहता है। मेरे सामने वाली खिड़की एक चांद सा टुकड़ा रहता है।
To all our singers today, thank you for entertaining us and for setting very high standards. And you have given us enough reasons to keep our talents hidden. So another round of applause to whoever performed here. Before we move on to the next segment, I would like to have another round of rapid fire with one of the pillars of WTM, Toastmaster Yashendu. A rapid fire. Quick.
So we don't have table topics, so decided to put you on the spot.
And I could not let you escape.
Okay.
It's a quick 4 or 5 questions. Which member could sell ice cream to a penguin in WTM?
He'll probably start with a Sinbad story and then he'll end up with ice cream.
Which member would make the best politician amongst us?
He's an ex-member, but Kevin. So I'm not able to get a current member's name who would be a politician. Okay.
Which member you think always seems to know what's going on in WTM?
That would be Toastmaster.
Yes. Which member would you call first if you were in trouble?
Toastmaster me because she's my mentor.
And the last one, which member would make the best stand-up comedian?
Toastmaster Nitish again because of his humorous speeches.
Thank you so much. Let's move on to the next segment, the district achievements. Most of us here are happy surviving club meetings. Some members, however, decide that's not enough and go on to conquer the district as well. Let's take a moment to recognize and celebrate our members who have achieved remarkable success beyond the club level. I don't have the awards here, I'll just read out the names and we can have a thunderous round of applause. Where is it? Yes. Yeah. The first award is Membership Momentum Award Initiative. Nibi for taking the initiative to lead the open house momentum. The next one is CIC Volunteering for the financial year 25-26 for playing a meaningful role in strengthening our club. It goes to Radha, DTM Mazahir, DTM Nibi. Next is Rising Star of Whitefield Club, Toastmaster Radha again and Toastmaster Karthik. Pillar of Strength Whitefield Toastmaster, DTM Mazahir again and Toastmaster Manoj. We don't have him here. And also W team is very proud to name these people who have won speech contests across area or district level. Toastmaster Radha, division level ISC, humorous and evaluation contest. Toastmaster Srinidhi, she was at the finals of the table topics at D92. And we also have a couple of LDP graduates this year, none other than Manoj, Toastmaster Manoj and Toastmaster Radha. And again, to close the list, we have outstanding Toastmaster DTM Nibi for being Toastmaster for 10 years. With this, I did. Spirit of Toastmasters again for Toastmaster Karthik. Yeah. Now we move on to the next round. Let me call my co-host, Toastmaster Nitish.
Thank you so much. Let's have a round of applause for Toastmaster Pramina and all the winners. Now, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, Toastmasters and guests, how are you doing now? Before the meeting and now we are in this moment. So how are you finding yourself in this moment? Hungry? Okay. So how did you find that today's meeting is?
Amazing.
Amazingly well. Excellent. So how do you think that the volunteers must get the applause? So a lot of efforts has been made to make this event very successful. For that, I would like to call upon the stage the event chair, none other than Toastmaster Hiran. Let's have a huge round of applause. Abhik. Let's have a huge round of applause for Toastmaster Abhik.
Yeah, I would also call for Hiran to help me if he's not there. Could you help me? Thank you. Right. So this is to acknowledge.
So then you can felicitate.
Okay. I mean, better you felicitate.
So Abhik has been the event chair for our 175th milestone meeting. Hiran is the program chair. Hiran's out running errands for our 175th meeting. All right. So PR chair, Toastmaster Karthik. Congratulations. Our PR co-chair, Toastmaster Madhu. Registration chair, Toastmaster Ashima. Registration co-chair, Toastmaster Rajni. Thank you. We have the registration team. The registration team is responsible for each and every face that you see here at the meeting. They were at the back end calling people up, confirming their attendance and also talking to them about what's in store at the 175th meeting. So registration team, Toastmaster Sudarshan. Toastmaster Gautam. Thank you. Toastmaster Pooja. Thank you. Logistics chair, Toastmaster Vipul is not here with us today. Logistics co-chair, Vibha is outside the room. Sergeant at Arms, Tanya. Our Sergeant at Arms, the second Sergeant at Arms for today, Toastmaster Maithili. Thank you. Right. Our timer, we have two timers today. Timer, Toastmaster Snehit. Toastmaster Ayush. Okay. Now we come to our MCs today. Toastmaster Nitish. Thank you. Toastmaster Praveena. Thank you. Thank you. And I'll need a little help here. We have someone who's been helping us as the background photographer, Toastmaster Nikhilesh. So can someone take over? We have our event chair. Please come. Toastmaster Abhi, thank you. Thank you, and over to Hiran. Still out? Yes. Is he here?
He's on time. On time. Come.
Big round of applause to Toastmaster Hiran. All done. And I invite the MCs back to the stage.
We still have some time. So we still have some time. We can ask one guest if there's anybody who wants to perform.
Boys and girls, Toastmasters and guests.
Performance, you have to give over, right? They're here. I don't think they're here. We'll figure it out. I'll talk to
What do you think, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, Toastmasters and guests? So today we are celebrating 175. How soon will we see a 200? How soon will we see the 1,000? And 6 months, right?
Next term. Next term.
6 months. This huge, this big mess, and the team members are ready. We are looking forward for all those milestones. Huge round of applause for all the members. So now, before we close, can we have a quick fun game again? Spot the person. You will last. Are you excited, guys? Yes. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, Toastmasters and guests, are you ready? Yes. Toastmasters here, are you ready?
Yeah.
For many more chocolates. Okay. So let's spot a person. The person has unique hairstyle. Okay. The person with a unique hairstyle with a wonderful, wider smile, and the person who clapped the most today.
Oh. Clap.
So with that, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, I would like to call upon stage Toastmaster Nidhi for giving us a vote of thanks. Let's have a huge round of applause.
Right, we come towards the end of a much awaited 175th meeting. Before I close the meeting, I know we have a few guests here. Can I hear from you? Or if you'd like to show your appreciation by coming up here and performing, you're all so. Any of the guests, would you like to share your experience being here today, or if you'd like to come up and perform? Yes, please come. A big round of applause. Yes, Shubham.
I was waiting to wait.
Should I pay? Huh?
Yeah.
Do we have to pay?
No, you don't have to.
No, she's told, Arvind sent me saying pay. No, right? I'll go back. It's called You want it Hindi or found? You want English?
Yeah, English.
Or Hindi? Okay.
Thank you.
गोपाल बिहारी निर्गुण और प्यारे गोपाल बिहारी निर्गुण और प्यारे तुम रे हमरा खोलो नहीं तुम रे हमरा
Thank you so much. I think we have one more guest.
He's a yoga teacher.
Oh, wow. Thank you so much. I think we have one more guest who, yes, please. Sir. Yes, Daniel.
Hi everyone. So my name is Yanin. Last Sunday I came first time. So today again as a guest. So maybe in the upcoming session I will be member. So it was first day. It was like a learning table topics and prepare topics and all we practiced. And today we all saw that how we as a member reached to the milestones. They got prizes and all, and how big players are also here, like a person who was from Oracle IDM, right? So big thank you to you, sir. The way you shown us how we should collect the things and go further. So all for good things. Thank you very much.
Yes, please come. Yes, Arjun.
Hi everyone. I moved from Kochi a couple of months back to Bangalore. I was a part of Toastmasters club in Kochi for a brief period of 8 months, but that was very impactful and a lot of the good things happened after I joined Toastmasters. Since I moved to Bangalore, I'm exploring different clubs, and I feel that this club has got some life to it. So huge round. Session today was fantastic. I think I can talk about this to my office colleagues. The way you spoke about it, and finally you said that this one is the spot that comedy is that thing, right? Comedy used to be. You made a very great statement. Comedy is something that used to be a tragedy before, but now when we think about it, it's comedy, right? And then $1 million question came from Gautam. So, sorry, I can relate. 15 years back, you had a tragedy. Now things are becoming a comedy. And Aditya, right? Abhi, yeah, great. Aditya, the melody you sang, right? Usually it takes a big plate of biryani for me to put mix. Your voice is fantastic. Toastmasters, Nitin. Your song was also like, I literally got carried away, right? When you sang that, I started looking out through the kidney. Unfortunately, it's a swimming pool is on and on. Bad body, hungry. Anyway, looking forward to meet all of you. Looking forward to interact more with you. Thank you.
Any other guests who would like to share your feedback or what you thought about the meeting? Yes.
So ultimately, I started the Toastmasters journey almost 2 years back. In between, I took a break for a year and planning to come back again with you guys. So it was really an awesome journey. When I started, I was not able to complete level 1 also because of the demand of my job and the commitments which I am doing. So recently I released a full-fledged book on AI, specifically a ways of working for AI. And this is the first book which I published, and moreover, this is the only book in the market which proposes ways of working for AI other than the company. And I can say a kind of motivation in Toastmasters. And the team was always kind of motivating Nibi and Muzair. Those were like people who can give you the things that they are here for 10 years. Why not you? So that's a really good thing for us to learn. And the vibes which here in Toastmaster Whitefield is really different than other Toastmaster clubs, because I was part of Share Toastmaster also. But I enjoy here, and ultimately I'll be coming back very soon.
Fantastic. As we are going through the guest feedback, those of you members and guests who have walked in later, just make sure you find Ashima or Sudarshan to just register, take off your name that you're here. This is just for attendance purposes. So just make sure that you do that before. Alright, any more guests? Yes. What more guests? Please come. We are actually ahead of time for once. I think it's a good sign. So.
Hi. Vikas. I don't need a mic. So this is my first time I've had friends who are in Toastmasters Club, and I never understand what actually happens in a Toastmasters Club, because I was always told it's a mentorship program. What I liked is it's more like when you meet people, you interact with people. What I liked of today is I had a lot of blind sides in my life, at least as in my role in both personally, professionally. I always focused on the expertise and passion. I never looked at the audience. And it realized, and I got opened up, and thanks to you, it also opened up to tell me why I'm able to connect with a certain set of audience and I'm not able to connect with a certain set of audience. That was really eye-opening, and I'm very happy. My first session, it opened up for me, and thanks for that. I'm a bad singer, so sorry I can't perform. But I definitely like to be part of the group. It's really something which I look forward every Sunday, and thanks. Thank you.
Hello everyone, myself Navneet. I am coming to this Whitefield Toastmasters for the second time. Last time I think it was around a month ago when I was here, and that event was happening on Purva Rivera's clubhouse. So both the sessions have been really nice. Before coming to this club, I heard a lot of good things about it over Reddit and all. So when I came here, and especially this for the second time, so all those good things are indeed true, so I can assure that. So it's been second time as a guest, and I'm looking forward to becoming a member here. So before that, I think I need to go by the rules of Toastmasters, because I'm personally someone who likes to break rules. So yeah, so that's important for me. Looking forward to see you in future.
Alright, having covered all of the guests, any more guests who want to share their feedbacks? I think any member who wants to talk about it, share a journey who haven't come up on the stage here today. Toastmaster.
Okay.
It's great to end first and foremost. Congratulations once again to all of us for 175 meetings. My journey, I would want to just say about my journey that it has, like I've spoken before also many times, it has been great. Here I have been a member, I have a supportive community of friends and family. It's like second home to me. Here there are so many fun activities, events, always something inspiring. Today also I learned a lot about speech, which will help me also. Thank you. First, it will help me. That's all. And yeah, I enjoyed a lot of being part of the 175th meeting. Amazing singing by everyone here. Then yeah, that games also were played very nice games. I didn't bring everyone. Thank you. That's
Thanks, Toastmaster. Very happy to call Yashendu.
The problem with being not even relative now, the problem with being an old member of Whitefield Toastmasters is that you're passionate and you're a little bit expertise in public speaking. But the audience will not connect when I say Whitefield Toastmasters. The first meeting that I attended was on the second floor of a yoga instruction club. It was a room half this size. There were 15 chairs and not all of them were filled. That was Whitefield Toastmasters, somewhere around 30 or 40 series meeting. Now look around you. Genuinely, look around you. We've filled up this entire clubhouse or whatever you want to call it. And that's the journey Whitefield Toastmasters has been, and hopefully, and I know with the people that we have, will continue to be on. I've been involved with this club for 2.5 years, almost 3 years now. I can personally tell you, I started this journey thinking a little bit that I know a little bit about public speaking already, because I had some previous experience in my school and college, something like that. And yet, coming here week after week, I ended up seeing things that I have improved. I had tics. Nobody noticed. I knew when I saw my video. I don't have those tics anymore. Okay? I was very, I think something that Nitin also mentioned, I used to go into very details of the things that I wanted to talk about. The audience didn't connect. Audience is like, I don't understand what you're talking about. And then Nibby mentioned, like, again, one of those things that have already been spoken about, but it has something that has come up again and again. Talk to the human side of things rather than the technical side of things. And that is something that I've incorporated. The reason I bring up, this very particular points or topics, some of you are like, why is he talking about this? Is because sometimes when we are thinking, 175, milestone, we miss the small details or the small things that have actually affected us. Okay? So I'll probably pause. To the members, I know some of you are very new, some of you have been for a very long time. Think, I'll give you 20 seconds. Think what is one thing throughout your journey with Whitefield Toastmasters that you've learned or would like to reflect on. Does everyone have something in their mind?
Yes.
Does everyone have something in their mind?
Yes.
Now I want you to be able, for the next few meetings, whenever you come up, when some other new member comes and asks you, what have you learned from Whitefield Toastmasters? Why should we be in Whitefield Toastmasters? What did you learn? How have you evolved? Remember that one thing. That one thing is going to tie you here, and I am certain whether it is 175, 200, 250, 300, where people who are passionate about public speaking, and we'll end up coming back here whether we like it or not. Back to you.
Thank you, Toastmaster Yashendu. All right, any other members who would like to come up and speak a few words? All right, so I've been here quite literally from day zero of Whitefield Toastmasters, when it was a random open house meeting at Cubbon Park. That is the origin of Whitefield Toastmasters. And it is not just a journey about me. It is my peers, my fellow area directors, division directors, and a lot of people who have come together to make this happen. When we started, we were 20, and today we are 60. Vibha, have you added any more? Yes, 60. So we are 60 members of Whitefield Toastmasters. And everything that we've achieved over the last 3-4 years is because of each member. Now, I am a firm believer in one of the quotes, I don't know the exact quote, but it's the flutter of a butterfly wing in one part of the world can create a tornado on another side of the world altogether. And we have Toastmasters who started their journey here at Whitefield. We have someone who's sitting in Ireland and is a Toastmaster there and has gotten into leadership there. We have former Toastmasters in different parts of the country who started their journey at Whitefield Toastmasters. And what I love about Toastmasters, particularly Whitefield Toastmasters, is for me, I've been in the leadership journey, I've been in the communication journey. It is not about the awards. You will not hear another, this is a controversial statement. For me, it is not about the awards. It is about looking at the journey that each member has had. What difference does it make to you, spending 3 hours on a Sunday morning and being here at Whitefield Toastmasters? I have been a Toastmaster for 10 years. Why am I still in Toastmasters? I feel like leadership, communication, and the sense of community is one that you will not find anywhere, right? It's the sense of coming back to hear stories, coming back to hear someone's travel, which will end up becoming a speech at the club, and getting to know each other a little bit better through every speech. So I really keep coming back here for the sense of community and everything that each member brings to the group, every guest. We have a habit of asking every guest for feedback for every meeting. And if we have a feedback that we need to implement, the ExCom is pretty quick to pick up on it and discuss and implement that. Because at the end of the day, it is whatever we're doing here is for all of us together. And if it makes someone uncomfortable, if it makes somebody feel like, this doesn't actually add value, we actually bring it up and talk about it. So I am extremely, extremely proud to be a part of Whitefield Toastmasters. Whitefield is my second club in Bangalore. I was a part of another community club earlier. And just the variety in terms of demographics. Nitin was talking about it, and I wanted to chip in then that if a speaker has to study the demographics of this club, it's going to be a really tough one. Because it's not as straightforward as you would see in terms of whether it's age group, whether it is how many men, women. We have youngsters here, we have students here at the club, working professionals, mums, dads, all of that under one roof. So I invite all of you to keep coming back. I am someone who took a break from Toastmasters for 2 years because I felt, yes, I have learned everything that there is to learn. I am an expert, I have made it. And 2 years down, after working from home for a couple of years, I realized my socialization and networking skills has come down. And a lot of Toastmasters, if you ask them honestly what really got you to the Toastmasters meeting, they're like, oh, I heard there's snacks and refreshments at the meeting. Honestly. And yes, there are people who keep coming back for snacks and refreshments, but I think that is just a step one. Like I mentioned earlier, no matter how many times we keep coming back to the meeting, you keep hearing, oh, I've attended another education session about this theme or this topic, there's still always something new to learn. Whether it's from another member, whether it's from your mentor, whether it's from another speaker who comes in. And each of us have something that we can take away from each other. That's what I've learned in my journey in Toastmasters as a speaker. I've taken on club roles in leadership outside of the club, all of that. But For me, I feel the happiest when I come back to the club. I don't get a lot of opportunities to come for our Sunday meetings. I have been a missing person at the club for the last few months. But it always makes me happy when I get a chance to come back to one of our meetings and see the growth, not just in terms of numbers, but also when I see every member who's growing in their journey in Toastmasters, but also their personal and professional lives. So here at Whitefield Toastmasters, it is not just a community where people come together, but this quite literally is like a second home, like a second family to a lot of us who are away from home. So with that, I know everybody is hungry and just waiting for the cake and snacks. I think Arvind, or it's ready, right? Okay, so fine. With that, I close our meeting number 175.